Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Good morning, everybody. It's March 7th. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, guys. Jump on. I know it's early as usual, 6:15. 6:16 Central Time, but I appreciate you jumping on. I appreciate the love that I receive every time I do this. Jump on with me. Let's get it on. It is a great morning. Let's start this day off in the manner that we are just amazing. Let's get this day going. So we're going to continue the discussion. Last week we talked about spiritually fit, and under the guise of what that spiritually fit people are flexible, teachable, and will change their systems at any time that is necessary, at any age that's necessary. Okay, but before we do that, you know how I love to do it is that what are you appreciative of? What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? My affirmation for today reads as such: I, Shay Wilson, am appreciative of all the abundance, all the joy, all the inspiration and love that finds me today. I am open, I receive, I'm ready. Yeah, come on. Listen, I love this. Listen, I, Shay Wilson, am appreciative of the love, of the joy, of the abundance, of the inspiration that finds me today, because I already know it's going to find me. I am open, I receive, I'm ready. That just is fire. I love it. Listen, I'm appreciative of affirmations that just speak to me, that I know are coming to me. My other one was that I am prepared for the unexpected best case scenario. I am prepared for the unexpected best case scenario. What are you appreciative of, or grateful for, or thankful for? Let me see you. Got you in the comments. I'm rolling in. Let me see. Make a comment. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Jump on. Let me know you're there. I see you. Let me know you're there. Hey, 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 hey. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So let's jump into it. Spiritually fit people change that are willing to be flexible. And what that means is that people that are spiritual, I'm just trying to put a face to what it looks like to be spiritual. What does it look like? And that means that you are open to, your mind is open and your heart is open to new ways of being. It does not mean that you don't know what you know before. It does not mean that you don't have a lot of knowledge. It means that we're always evolving. We're always understanding that the universe is for us, that God is for us, that source is for us. So when things are not going well, okay, when we have negative emotion about some things, then it probably means that we need to look at something a little differently, that we may not be looking at it like source is looking at it, that we have solutions and ideas and all the answers within us, but we may not be able to look at it like we need to look at it. Anybody feel me on that? That's kind of what, so spiritually fit people are always, they're teachable. We are teachable at any age. Sometimes we get this age thing, boy. We talk about ageism, but a lot of times we use that as an excuse not to grow, not to move, not to this. We get very, very comfortable and we stay right there. And so if we are always evolving and changing, and you are saying that you want to be all that you can be, then it is most definitely going to require growth and change, and it doesn't matter what age you are. It does not matter what age you are. Anybody with me on that? Come on with me. Come on with me. Come on with me. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Good morning. Come on. Spiritually fit people are teachable in this. And here's one of the things. We can never see past what our mind can see. We can only go past what we think is possible. We can only stay right there. Well, if we don't think something's possible, we can't get there. If we have a goal, but we have arguments about why we can't achieve the goal, then we can't get there. I call it arguing for your limitations. We can't get there. So there has to be a mind shift. And when I say changing your systems, the majority of the time, almost 100% of the time, it is a change of the way we're thinking about things. It is a change of how we are thinking about things. Changing your systems begins with how we see things. We always get to the year and we say new you, new me, new you. But it all starts with here, how we perceive things. Are we perceiving things like we always did? Are we looking at ourselves like we always have as you are growing? I was talking to a friend of mine on yesterday, and I was sharing with her that I was listening to a video that was talking about most of the time our negative emotions come up when we have grown past a certain thing. We have asked for it. The universe has given it to us, but we have not moved into it because we keep looking at our physical. And I said, that's amazing. And she's like, you listen to that? I said, yes, I find that kind of stuff amazing because I believe that many times we're upset and angry, disappointed at everything and everybody, even ourselves, because we have failed to move into who we really are. We keep defining ourselves by where we used to be, who we used to be, how we think we are right now. And in all due respect, you have grown past that. You have grown past the narrative that you keep telling yourself. You have grown past it. So when we try to fit ourselves in to our old way of being, and it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to still be there. Spiritually fit people are flexible and teachable because we understand that we're always growing, and that maybe that narrative, maybe what we've been saying to ourselves is no longer fit. It maybe fit back then, but it no longer fits us. For example, as I am growing into, more writing and more talking, I'm having to see myself as something different. I'm having to embody who I want to be. That is a practice because we have embodied and told ourselves we're this type of person before. And now as I love on myself more and become more of myself, as I open my mind more, as I open my heart more, I ask for that. I ask for the courage to become more of who I know I am now, as opposed to who I was before. It is courageous because everybody can't go with you. Everybody cannot be that. You will have to lose and let go of some things. You will have to lose and let go of the definitions of yourself. This is why it's so important that spiritually fit people that want to be spiritual and want to be all that they can be. And I believe that it always comes back to how we think about ourselves, how we love upon ourselves, how we honor ourselves. And that's a growth part for many of us, I including myself. When we're trying to move to another level, so it says basically spiritually fit people have a new mindset. They're not unwilling to change. It takes courage to step out. It takes courage to be a visionary. It takes courage to do something everybody's not doing. I talked to a young lady this weekend of age, and she was saying that she was a vegan at one point, but she stopped because it was lonely. And I was like, lonely? I said, really? And she goes, yeah. And I understood, I said, because she was, everybody not vegan and everybody not trying to be vegan. And so when you go out to eat, you got to be able to stand in your own self and say, I'm not going to eat that. You got to be able to do that. And so when I left, I was thinking about that, what she said. I said, that's so interesting, because anytime you are doing something extraordinary, and extraordinary is anytime you start loving yourself, say, I'm going to change my diet. Man, I'm going to go to the gym now. I'm going to do something. Man, I'm going to treat myself in a different manner. So I can't go over there and be smoking and hanging out with you when I know I got to go do this. I'm not going to do it's things that you're going to have to stop doing. That, to be honest with ourselves, we have to take ownership, and we're not ready to stop that. But we willing to stay in the misery of being at that place. You see what I'm saying? This is why it's always a growth thing. It's always a growth. There's no shame, blame, or guilt. You just have to own what you want to do, who you are at that point, and know that when you get upset and you have negative emotion you're upset about where you are in life, it's simply a flipping of a switch of what change you want to make, what mindset you want to have. What you gonna, what new plan you gonna have? Listen, what new plan you gonna have? Because if the plan not working, maybe you got to tweak some things. I'm constantly tweaking my diet. I'm constantly tweaking how I move. I'm not saying I'm the prototype. I'm just saying for me, I take a lot of time to say, well, that's not working. Okay, so let me tweak that. I know this is working. I don't have to throw out the whole plan, but this is not working. I'm not doing that. So let me move differently in this. What mindset do I need to have? God, am I loving myself? Am I moving on the path that I need to have? Am I being appreciative of what I have right now and satisfied, and yet reaching for more as I continue to grow, as I continue to move? Am I becoming kinder? Am I becoming kinder to myself? Am I enjoying life? That's a big one. Am I enjoying life? And when you start touching base on those things, you realize that, okay, let me adjust, and nothing is meant to shame, blame, or guilt you. Nothing is meant to break you. Everything is a lesson for us to reach forward. Am I got me? Come on with it. Come on with it. All right. So one of the things is finding a way to be accountable as well. Find you a coach, guys. Find you someone that you invest in yourself with, that where you want to go, that are doing the things you want to do, that are in the shape you want them to shape in, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, whatever that may be, and invest in that, the time, the effort, the money to do that, to become that. Because if you're trying to do it on your own, and that is part of doing it on your own, but you're at a place of, you know what, I haven't been able to do that. Let me invest in something or someone to help me get over the hump. The last couple of years, I am the queen of getting coaches and people like that to help me, business consultants, to help me get to the next level, because my mindset was in another way. That wasn't what I did. So that's nothing wrong with that. One of the things I always ask my clients, my coaching clients, is what are your thoughts about the majority of the time? What are your thoughts about the majority of the time? That will indicate the world around you. What are your thoughts about the majority of the time? And I leave you with that. With this under that is that many times we have glimpses of our greatness. We'll have something really come through that feels good, and we know we're on the right track. And immediately, because habitually we're used to going back to woe is me and finding things that make us feel bad, and so we can never truly celebrate the glimpse, the move, the blessing, because we're habitual about going back to thinking on things that make us feel bad. It's a habit. It just steals our joy immediately. You can be happy, boom, and then all of a sudden something comes through, because we habitually think on things that don't make us feel good. And I want you to take the test just over the week, over this day. Check your thoughts. How you feeling? What are your thoughts about the majority of the time? You can tell by how you feel a lot of times. Like sometimes if you're in appreciation and you're in satisfaction and you're moving in that, you feel great. So a blessing has come through, and immediately we'll figure out, we'll say, well, why that's not a total blessing, or what am I going to do with that, or how am I going to move with that, or what else? We'll start finding. We can't just in that moment enjoy the blessing, because we have taught and trained ourselves to snatch that blessing right from that, and not just take one step at a time. We talk about faith, but we always want to know the outcomes. We don't realize that one step that you made, that one decision that you made when you had clarity, you were feeling good, you knew it felt good, it excited you from the inside out, you were inspired by that, you knew you were being pulled, and then we lose that connection by thinking about, well, what if this going to happen, or how am I going to do that, or what if I have to move, or what if it's what if I don't make enough money there right off, or we immediately snatch the blessing by how we think about that. Remember, we get impulses upon impulses to pull us. Impulses upon impulses to pull us. Impulses. You don't know what's going to happen after that. You just got to believe and trust. You don't know. You just got to know that you're in the right space. You don't know. So you keep moving. So that's why I said, but you have to be flexible in this. You can't be rigid in this game if you want more, if you want your best life, if you want to experience more, because you are always going to be pulled to a different direction. And this is what I love about the universal spirit, the Holy Spirit. it pulls us and helps us even when we have blind spots. It helps us around those things that may make us scared. It helps us if we are open to that, if we're open to it. If you're open to the impulse, if you're open to it, you ask for it, and you're courageous enough to take action, that's what it looks like. All right, guys. All right, listen, it was a lot today. It was a lot last week. These systems that I'm talking about, being flexible and teachable, many of us will stand flat-footed and will argue about many things. Sometimes the silence helps us. Sometimes that's why I always say, for your consideration, because I believe that the God of my understanding always talks to me like that. You know, if I need a broader perspective, the universe will talk to me, or this is how I say it, is that, Shay, for your consideration, maybe you can look at it from this angle, or maybe from a more expansive viewpoint. Maybe sometimes you just say yes, as opposed to, well, I've never been like that, or I've always been like that. I find that those words lock us in to, you know, being a person that we've outgrown. That it locks us into being, I've always been like that. Well, maybe you shouldn't have always be like that. Maybe there's some points that we should grow past that. I've always eaten that. Well, maybe it's a time. Your body's not digesting it like that. And maybe it's just time. Well, I've never been able to do that. Well, show yourself you can do it now. You're not the same person as you were 20 years ago or 30 years. We base things off of old stuff. We get to reinvent and rewrite our story at any point. At any point, we get to reinvent and rewrite ourselves at any point, guys. Come on. I need you to know that today. If you don't hear that thing, we get to reinvent ourselves at any point. Get you some help, change, be able to look at your mindset, see what you think about the majority of the time. That'll tell you a whole bunch. Is it positive or negative? Let's just think about it. What are you focused on? Is it somebody at work that's working your nerves? Is it your spouse, your partner? Is it something negative about them just worry that you keep focusing on? What is it that you're focusing on and you keep thinking about and ruminating on that upsets you, that gets you going? Or what that you think about makes you happy? And I can, majority of people, and I can tell you, we have the 60 to 9,000 thoughts a day, and the majority of them are the same ones, the same thoughts over and over and over again, same ones. And so in order to change that, I always encourage a meditation practice. I always encourage gratitude. I always encourage that, not just gratitude in the morning, but all day, gratitude all day. All right, guys, I gotta let you go. Remember, I have an early bird special for my total package mastermind class coming up March 24th. You must get it in by March 10th. It is fire. I'm not just saying that. It is, when I say I'm an alignment coach. We talk about goals, spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, all those things in this. I teach you spiritual practices, or we practice our spiritual practices together, and we come together as accountability group with this thing. So let me know, inbox me if you want to know more about it. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing Monday. Let's get this week started off right. Get your workout in. Bye, guys.